Let get comfortable. All right. So blurry. Okay, y'all. So hope everyone is awesome. Okay. Hello, everyone. Coach Jay here. Always adjusting something. Okay. All right, y'all. We're gonna have to have a conversation. We're gonna have to have a conversation. If you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. Thank y'all so much for those of you who understand how things work with the algorithm, how things work with pushing up the video. Because you love me so much, you love my content so much, then you're going to do whatever it takes to push the content up because you want more people to be helped. All right. So we are on, let me see, what's today? Today is the 20th of July. Y'all, it's the 20th of July. That is crazy. It's almost August. The kids are getting ready to go back to school. I am just in awe. I am we gotta just get on with it. Hey, hey, come on in, come on in. Hey, Latiz, hey, Katina. All right, y'all. Okay, so I'm not going to be before y'all long. I am going to say what I have to say and get on off because we have work to do. Everybody got work to do. Listen, everybody got work to do. Okay. I got notes. So, if I got notes, everybody should be at a church. I know everybody that went to go and get something to eat for dinner and all of that. But we gotta have some conversations that just it has to make sense. Like we just have to. So so. All right. I saw this video. Um, yeah, because he's at work to do. Yes, and I will be talking to you later, ma'am. I'm excited. If you're coming in, comment live if you're watching live. Replay if you're watching the replay. But anyway, I wanted to have a conversation and to expand my thought process and to kind of give a couple of more or expanding thoughts, something I posted on TikTok today. And if you are, somebody who is, in a place of like, I'm really trying to keep up with everything. I'm trying to keep up with what's going on. Hey, Sharita. Um, I'm trying to make sure that I don't fall behind. And I'm just going to be honest, right? We don't like to hear that kind of conversation, right? We don't like to hear when people try to tell us that we're going to be behind and all this stuff. We don't like to hear that kind of talk because it brings us to a state of our nervous system being all out of whack. But if that is the case, why aren't you working on your nervous system, right? Why aren't you working on your nervous system? Anyway, next point I'm making is I made a video today after watching this YouTube video. And again, these YouTube videos just be finding me. And I think it's just all about divine design, in my humble opinion, because I do feel that a lot of women are struggling with their own emotions, right? And this is not to be, I'm just, when I'm saying I'm talking to women, I'm talking to women from a state of, I know everybody ain't gonna do what I'm saying. I know that everybody is not thinking along the same wavelength. I know that there's going to be women that have already given up, right? I've already know this. I already know that there's going to be a lot of women that will see what I'm saying and it's over their head because they stopped developing, right? I already know this. There's a lot of women that are not going to be okay. And I have come, and I would strongly advise, and many of us understand it too. A lot of women are not going to be okay. And that's okay from the standpoint of that some women will just give up their ability or their right to choose. And this doesn't mean, it doesn't matter if you're married or unmarried. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or out of a relationship. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. Okay. The thing is that everybody is not supposed to be in a predicament of, everybody can't win. Everybody can't win. We know this. Everybody is not supposed to win. Unfortunately, that's not nice. We're adults, so we have to grow up. We have to mentally and emotionally grow up, right? Okay. So the video that I put into my TikTok this morning, right, was all about AI social class and the winners and the losers of the industry. Okay, all the way from the end user all the way to the top, to the people who are developing the APIs and all that kind of stuff, right? So we know all this is going on. But the thing is that I'm also trying to get women to understand is that even if you're on the end user side, even if you are a woman who's using AI for whatever, like to do products or whatever it is that you're using it for, use it and be good at it, right? Be very good at what you do. However, there will also be women who will struggle with using it, period, because of all the attachment that they have with the system. And that is by design, because everybody is not going to go up. Okay, there will be people that will just have to, you got to have people at the bottom, unfortunately, in a patriarchal society, in a capitalistic society. Okay, but there was something in the video that I wanted to expand on. I thought it was really interesting, where they said that because women will abandon risk, listen to what I just said. These are the women who will go back to low risk. I tell women all the time, entrepreneurship is a really, really deep spiritual assignment. It is a spiritual assignment. I'm sorry. It just really is. You have to literally walk by faith and not by sight. I understand that point, because every single day, if you don't plan for the future, if you don't plan your next day, if you don't plan your next week, you're going to struggle. If you are not, and when I say plan, I'm not talking about worry about the future. Worrying about the future is because that person did not plan for it. So when you are not a planner, you have no choice but to worry about it, because you're not creating the infrastructure to know where you're going. Because that's a part of quote unquote faith. Faith is the evidence. How do I know that that's the case? When we talk about evidence, evidence is what you have, what you know to be true per your inner knowing. It's evidence. That's what that is. So women are supposed to be very intuitive. And I don't know if y'all just stop being intuitive, because some of y'all are gambling with your life. And it's very unfortunate. And when I say gambling with your life, you're gambling against the stuff you say you want to do. You're gambling against your own special interests, which I think is very diabolical. Women, when they start to take risks and gamble, if you don't see stability within yourself as a woman, and this is not I'm not even talking about relationships, I'm talking about self, period. Because you should be able to trust who you decide to be with. You should be able to trust who you decide to be with. I'm going to turn this off. Okay. You have to decide. Everybody with me? I think I'm still hooked up. Oh no, I'm not. I think we have to start thinking about the decision to be like, who are we? What do we truly want? What do we want in our life? Like, what does that look like for us, right? And how do we want to govern our life? Because it's about choice. It's about choice. So the video was focused on how women who take lower risk, who don't put it all on the table, who don't go for it all, who don't push the grain, who don't expand their audience, because they went back to what I had said. They said there's two major ways. Either you're going to build yourself as a personal brand, which means your name, your face, being on camera, which I already know that some women are trying, the whole introvert thing, and I don't feel like being bothered. Well, you don't want an audience because you have to build an audience. You have to build an audience. You have to build a community. And a lot of women they don't have the emotional bandwidth. Hey, Sean. A lot of women don't have the emotional bandwidth to deal with other people. You have to have the emotional bandwidth because especially, it doesn't matter who you deal with, men or women. Like, everybody, this country is very rooted in the infantilization of the mind, unfortunately. It's a lot of women that are not capable of dealing with different personalities or understanding it. The psychology of it, because there are different psychologists and sociology and all of these different sciences dealing with human behavior. These things come into the same bucket in business. It is not just about, right? It is not just about being a good person. And I got a calling on my life. Everybody want to talk about the calling that they have on their life, but is it only when the money is good? Is it only when we think everything is okay? Do you think I got a calling on my life? I know I'm supposed to be doing this, and the third, but I can't get you to post a piece of content on a consistent and continuous basis and engage with your community, because you have to engage too. I think a lot of women don't understand it too. So the women that they were talking about in the video, when they don't take the risk, they will instantly start reverting back. They will go backwards. They won't go forward. They will go back. And when you go back to finding somebody to take all of this stuff away from me, because I just can't. It's so overwhelming to me. Well, when you tear your life up, because you're so attached to everything. When you tear your life up and you don't start learning how to be responsible for different things and start showing up and being absolutely clear about what you want, because some women, like, we did a visioneering assignment on last Tuesday in the Contrary, and it was so good. And I told women, I said, y'all got to get back to the place of seeing what you want in front of you, because a lot of y'all done got past vision. You don't have one. You see somebody else making money, and you see somebody else doing this, that, and the third, and you're like, oh, I can do that too. There's no vision. You're just getting hyped up about somebody else's life, and you don't know what they went through. And then you don't even ask. This is what messes some of y'all up. When I said I was going to do business and I was absolutely sure about it, and I saw people winning, I didn't stand on the side and get jealous. I didn't stand on the side and think that they were scamming. I didn't stand on the side and, oh well, she must got a husband to take it for her, and oh, I don't want to do it because I bet she's over there doing. No, you know what I went and did? I swallowed my pride and I went to those people and I said, you know what? I see you made $13,000 today cash. I need to know what is your routine like? What did you do? Not what books you read. I'm not studying books. What podcasts do you listen to? What are some questions that you ask yourself? No, 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 no. I've read all the books. Okay. I've taken all the courses. I know all of that. Now it's time to implement. And if for the life of me, I don't understand it. Like when I post different testimonials and stuff like that, people do not want to go and ask those who are successful, what did you do? You know why we don't do that? Because we're afraid of the answer. We're afraid to go after and ask successful people, what did you do every day? We're afraid of that. Because what are you talking about that I have to do this? I have to do this every day, and I have to do that every day, and I have to put in work, and I have to record this and record that and write this and write that and that, and I got to sell, and I don't want to. I don't want anybody to tell me this. I just want to rest and be in my feminine. You're gonna be resting and being in your feminine in the poorhouse. That's crazy to me. That is so insane to me. You can't be regular and think you're going to have a life of you can't be a regular schmegular average person doing average things. Look, I got sugar all of look. I'm drinking a frap. So good. It's that oat milk in it. So good. You cannot be an average person. And it messes with people. It messes with women because they want to be able to be average and be a low performer and low vibe and still be able to achieve because they want to be the exception. Every woman wants to be the exception. It's really what's messing y'all up. And you don't have to agree because it's not for everyone to agree. It is not for everybody to agree. And I'm sorry, it's not for everybody to agree on the same thing. So this is the next thing too that they said. So because women don't want to talk about AI either. Like, I'm so tired of talking about that. Okay, but you ain't got nothing going on. Because see, what you thought is that let me do AI so I can just, let me write. AI is to help you think better. AI is to do the stuff that you really, really, really don't want to do, but you know you need to do, like analysis and research and data collecting and maybe a couple of different pictures or a couple of different graphics or helping you with some email template things to just assess what is the best case or A/B topic selection or A/B research. Like, it's not for you to write content. There's nothing wrong with having it to write some of your content because sometimes you do need to curate content. There is nothing wrong because you may not be in the mood because creativity it requires inspiration, right, to create content. And this is why you fill up your life every day with some type of inspiration. Thus, while I'm talking today, it made me and really pushed me to make the video that I did today. It was long form content. Right? It was long form content. It was talking, like I said, about AI and social class. So AI is the great divider. A lot of y'all are shooting yourself in the foot with a double barrel shotgun just because you want to be right more than you want to be rich. That's a word, clock that. Because, baby, people going on. Now, they did say this. Now, this is an honesty. This is a piece of honesty that We all, like, I'm not naive to this. Okay. I understand that men have an advantage. They do. The world is built for men to be successful. We know this. This is the patriarchy, unfortunately. And if you've been following me for any amount of time, I have been saying that strategically, men move very strategically than women do. Women are very emotional when they move because we choose based on our patterns. We don't choose based on what we desire and want for the future because none of us really know what they look like because we're unsure of ourselves because we don't trust ourselves. We haven't started doing that. We haven't started doing the work to trust ourselves because all of the decisions that we've made in the past have been almost trash because we didn't understand strategy. Everybody with me? Y'all we on the same page? You see what I'm saying? Men don't have a whole lot to fall back on. They just go forward. Why? Because they don't have to worry about the kids. They ain't got to worry about, I mean, you know, if it applies, right? If they don't have to worry about because they have wives, they have girlfriends, they have baby mamas, they have mamas, and they have sisters, and they got nieces, and they got cousins, and they got women at the church, and they got women at they don't have to do a whole lot of stuff, right? So they can take risks because they don't have a whole lot to, they don't have a whole lot to lose. They're men. So exactly, Sean, she said, you're so grateful for growth. So with women though, because when we make decisions, a whole lot of people are affected when we make decisions, which is why a lot of us have to be very conscientious of every step that we take. Now, that's not to say that just because of that, you just start losing in life because you're scared to make risks, because you scared of going all the way because you don't know. No, 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 no. You have to understand strategy. That's very different. So you need to understand how the world works so that you can either benefit from it or you're going to lose out of it. You're going to flunk out of it. So the content creators in that video that I post on TikTok stated something very key. They said that you're going to see more women either. Now, this was the wife saying this. The woman said that she believed that a lot of women are going to go and try to, because of the social welfare system is going to collapse, because that's happening, right? Medicare and all these other things are going to start just going away. A lot of people are going to be denied for different benefits and all this kind of stuff. There's going to be less and less funding for different things to catch people that, you know, that loop out. And we call it being so emotional that you don't know how to, you're not putting yourself in an advantage. You're putting yourself back. Right? So when all you know how to do is not think, you're not setting yourself up. So for women who don't want to think, who don't want to do anything for themselves, and who have not developed themselves to start thinking for themselves and to see other people and look at other people and say, who can I partner with? And I'm not saying partner with and you don't have any skills. You need to learn skills so that you can partner with people. Don't ask people for partnership and let's network and all this stuff, and you have zero bring it to the table. You don't have any value. There is no value. I think that's very first of all, there's stealing and there's something thievery about that. Stop asking people, you know, I want to network and I want to be a partner to you. I think we should come together and collaborate. What do you have? What skills do you have? Oh, I can do a little bit. I don't barter. You need to go ahead and put that on Front Street. You don't barter. And I don't care how much you want that to be, but that's how you get ahead. No, it's not. You get ahead with money. And then you collaborate higher with other individuals that also have means and resources, because you don't, what are you talking about? Well, this is why we need to come together. You're not coming together with people that don't have anything. What do you come together for? Because we're not going to sit up and talk about problems and how this person did you and how they jacked up your credit. I don't care about that. What are we going to do to get the work done? So that's what they were talking about. So when the social welfare system dry up, guess what's going to happen? Women are going to be going back to the same men that they've been talking crap about for the past 5 years. I told women, I said, y'all give them time. Leave them alone for a little bit. Stop trying to go to them and still be on Bumble and stuff. Sit your tail down and skill up. But no, Jay, I gotta have somebody, and I don't care. I'm missing all that energy, and that you wasted trying to get these men to conform to you. And look at you. I'm not talking to everybody, but a lot of women. This is what happened. Well, why ain't no women wanna because first of all, a lot of women, when they don't develop, they remain children in the head. They don't move forward. They don't take responsibility for their life. It's not about accountability. I'm tired of hearing it. Y'all need to stop saying women don't take accountability. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They don't have strategy though. They don't have strategy. Their accountability is awareness. Accountability, that's what I'm aware that I messed up. Okay, I'm aware I messed up. So now either I'm going to sit in accountability, which means now I'm going to be asking for grace, and I'm going to be not grace, I'm going to be asking for compassion. This is why a lot of y'all be feeling sorry for people and giving folks money to people that say, oh, can you look at my video for 30 more seconds because I need to pay off my car. But I get on here, I'm just saying people, I get on here and talk about a course, and she probably scamming somebody. That woman, even though that may be true about the car, you know what she's not developing? Because when she get that car, she's done. She's not developing skills, strategy, so that she can look, not only she can pay off the car, but she can pay off other things. I want somebody to feel sorry for me, because even though I'm aware that I messed up, because they'll say this, I'm aware I messed up. Okay, I made some really bad decisions. I ended up giving my baby daddy some money, and he was supposed to do this for me, and then he didn't. Blah, 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 blah. And then guess what happened? They took that money and did whatever, but then they're asking strangers because they know strangers love to be benevolent. They don't know anything, and you just give them a sob story, they're going to do it. Now, these type of people are going to be the ones who really, really struggle. They're going to struggle really, really bad. Now they got the audacity, like they got the right spirit, like they have the audacity to get online and say the painful things, even at the detriment of looking off, right? But guess what? They got the audacity. But the thing is, they're looking for compassion. Somebody else said pity, but the compassion is the word I'm using because that's what women will say in the comments. Oh, we just need to have compassion on this lady. You know what that means? Compassion in so many ways is, even though I screwed up, I need you to feel sorry for me because I'm not going to stop being screwed up. I'm just acknowledging that I screwed up. I'm acknowledging that I messed up. But I don't have, I just want you to feel sorry for me because I'm still sitting in it. And see, somebody just said, yes, I tend to watch those videos just to help. And see, you're not helping though. I mean, yeah, you helping in the short term. You don't know what that person's doing. And give if you want to. This is not to say not to give to people. Do whatever you want to do. But guess what? For people who understand how the world works, everybody with me. Now I'm talking to people that want to, either you have an understanding of how the world works and you want to do better with that, or you're watching and you don't know how the world works, or you don't care about how the world works because you're still attached to your feelings. You're attached to your emotions. Well, we're emotional beings. I didn't say we weren't. We are emotional beings, but you're not in an emotional system. I have to pause there so I can help y'all digest what I said. Because we'll be talking, but it's not giving you enough time to process what I'm saying. And so you have to allow yourself time to process. Women are losing on purpose, and it's very unfortunate. I'm sorry. It's very unfortunate. You know why? Let me go back to the next point. The trad wives, right? This is what they're saying. They said that the biggest thing for women that are low risk, what she's saying, look, I got notes from the video. Low ambitious. You know, the things that they told y'all not to be. That's masculine. You gotta peep game. Just stop, you can't listen to everybody. You can't listen to everybody. I told y'all some of this stuff is some of these narratives are built in for you to catch on and sink to the bottom. Because that's a part of it. Like we can get more women to give up being ambitious so we can get more labor, that would help us so much. So we're gonna talk about traditional, we gotta get back to tradition. You're right. You're so right. And some of y'all probably say, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But you're talking about a traditional system with men that don't understand principles or even have a moral bone in their body, baby. Do you see the men? You see your pool, the proximity you have. Look at your proximity. Look at the amount of money you have, your net worth, if you even have one. And look at the men in proximity to that. Because you got to look at your now. You can't look at your later, right now, especially if you're not planning. Look at your right now. Well, I'm just feel like I'm gonna marry somebody. So, I mean, yeah, you can do that, but it's not going to be in the right proximity. So low ambitious, low risk. They even said, I'm going by what they said in the video. Like, your Uber drivers, your Lyfts, your Instacart people, and women who are just simply not skilling are going to be losers in the game. I didn't make it up. I already told y'all that. The winners are going to be individuals who are unattached, curious entrepreneurs who are ambitious. I see when it comes down to winning, this is where I got to call women to the carpet. Because like I said, you want to be right. Or do you want to be rich? I don't do poverty. I think it's actually anti-righteous to be in poverty, especially when you have children. Okay. I have one. I have a 17-year-old. She's about to go to college. I'm not afforded with I didn't come from a trust fund family. Okay. You can call it what you want to. There are many barriers where we're not given the right education. Okay, so 7-year-old, you're an adult. Stop using your parents as your scapegoat. Stop using and going back to your parents as the reason why you can't get ahead. You're a grown person. You know now. So what you gonna do today? Take some classes. Get on YouTube. Search financial literacy. Start there and build up. Duh. Learn how to build a business. Learn how to get it. Well, where do I start? Stop asking people how do you start in Google, because we don't have the bandwidth to teach you. We're not doing that. We're not starting at the basics. You should know the basics. You're a grown adult. If you know how to put hair on some head or some lashes on your eyes, you know how to Google everything. You can Google everything else except for how to get yourself together. Anyway, so flexible building communities, people who are on the winning side will be building communities. Look, here's the part that y'all, this is it. local known, globally scaling. That's what they said. Been saying it. I've been saying it for 3 years, 3.5. Like, y'all build community. I ain't doing all that. Okay. Connected to, listen to this. Connected to tech pros and decision makers. I'm not talking about your pastor. Especially if they ain't got no connections. I always tell people, if your church is not moving you towards learning AI and learning how to win in this season, hey, Bridget, if your folks ain't trying to teach you that you need to get on AI and you need to get your systems together and you need to position your business and you need to learn marketing, they are not setting you up for the kingdom. I don't care how much I don't care. My pastor said that we don't need to be working with AI. Go to another church immediately. Baby, you ain't got to tell me once. I'm getting my purse and I'm walking out because how dare you? What are you talking about, sir? Don't set me up to lose. Anyway. So the game of attention. Okay. This is the part where women can really benefit. Okay, I need y'all to listen, and I'm about to say something that's really finna mess with y'all. You're probably gonna log off when I tell you this, because I know women don't like to do anything with effort. Okay, we wanna just, and I know this is gonna mess with you. The game of attention. You need to get your systems in order so that you can post. You need to get more views on your carts, your links. You can batch like today. Look at what I'm doing today. What am I doing today? I am creating content. I created content yesterday. I created content the day before. I have content that I can use and repurpose. But guess what? You're going to go, and this is another thing. Go ahead and fight me in the comments. I already know it's coming. I'm going to tell you something that you're not going to like. You're going to have to post more. Now, why did I say that? When you got other creators that's telling you do the antithesis. I'm going to tell you how you do that. You need to schedule the posts. You schedule them. You plan it. It's so much. Did you not hear what I said? I got to post more. Why? The game of attention. You're trying to get wealthy. You don't have any rich parents. You don't have any. Can you call somebody up right now in your family? And if you can, that's a blessing. But if you cannot call somebody in your family and say, can I borrow $10,000 for my business? Can you do that? If your children, those of you with grown kids, and they want to start a business and they don't have any money and they want to buy a building, you know what some of y'all gonna say? Let's pray. Girl, do you have $10,000? Yeah, you can manifest it, but your child needs money. TikTok Studio, Sean. TikTok Studio has a scheduling feature. It's not on the actual app. So download, so if TikTok is your domain, TikTok Studio has a scheduling feature. You just have to use it. Like when I post, I post on like I use TikTok Studio. Sundays are my content creation days. Okay. When I get off here, I got some sessions to do later on. I got 2 of them this evening. So from now until then, until I do the sessions, then after that, I'm scheduling. No worries, Sean. No worries. She said, I'm a newbie at this. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, TikTok Studio. You can sit, y'all. I got the phone propped up. So I'm on TikTok up here just in case YouTube act up and vice versa. So I always have like a secondary something. But I got this right here. And you know what I can do with TikTok Studio? Go into that, get live studio, download that live. It take a minute, but I can also screen record right here on the on YouTube. That's a piece of content. Y'all do that all the time, and it get a lot of views. If you look on my page, on my profile, especially on TikTok and Facebook, I have quite a few posts. Like I post a lot. There are days though where I'm inconsistent. You know what? Because sometimes the time get ahead of me, but it will when I'm going all in. There is a difference. These are results. The more you're visible, the more the algorithm. First of all, Facebook rewards consistency and it rewards volume. A lot of people ain't gonna tell you that. I'm telling you the truth. Especially if you're not running ads, you need to be in everybody's face all the time. Do y'all everybody understand what I just said? TikTok, I don't know if TikTok taking a nap. I don't know what's going on because they ain't talking. But I'm telling you, YouTube is talking back to me. But I'm telling you, you need to get visible. You need to get in people's face, and you need to engage with people. But you have to treat this like a system. The reason why you don't know what's coming is because you're not preparing for what is to come. Stop trying to ask God, I need the manifest. I need the manifest. Please, somebody just sit. But if you had your stuff scheduled, you already know what's coming. You know who let me give you some scenarios because some of y'all that's been following me, you already know where I'm going with this. If you are a person that look like me, okay, because you know some stuff I can't say on these apps because they'll say. So if you're a person that look like me, okay, and a man or a woman, okay, you know Country Wayne. Are you familiar with Country Wayne, the comedian? Everybody put yes in the comments. It'll give me some hearts if you know what I'm talking about. Country Wayne is, I did not know he was that young. I'm 42 years old. I had no idea that man was like 37, 38. I didn't know that. I know he got a lot of kids. Now, he didn't make that very clear. But anyway, Country Wayne has a Facebook page, and he was on a podcast, and he was talking about how, he was talking about, well, they asked him about all the posting. The girl on the podcast said, I went to your Facebook page and I counted how many postings that you made in a day. She said, and it was like 20 some posts. I forget what number she said exactly, but she said it was 20 something. She said, I sat there counting. And he said, yeah. He said, we on a good day, it's 28, but on a bad day, it's like 20, 21. I mean, 22, something like that. And they both looked at him like, what? And so he said, yeah, because you just have a system. She said, you post every single hour at the top of the hour. You post on it. He said, and it brings him 10 million a month. Meta by itself. He said that people laughed at him about it at first because he said, y'all want to just rely on these stand-up. Hopefully you get a stand-up special. He said, social media. He said, you use the power of social media and monetize. He said, if they're letting you monetize, do it. He posts 24 to 28 times a day. And the posts are scheduled. I had to sit there and look and say, okay, what is he doing? Because ain't nobody. No, baby, a day. Sean, a day. She said, a month. Baby, I'm talking about a day. Everybody need to hear what I'm saying. I'm not talking to average people. Now, if you want to be average and low vibe, I'm looking at TikTok and I'm talking to people who are ready to run out of the realm of low. Listen to what I'm saying. I know this mess with you, but I'm gonna tell you the God honest truth. Any month, I can look and tell you the month where I had more postings and my money. Oh, no, 10 million a year, Sean. I'm sorry. 10 million a year. And that's just from Meta. So that's just one leg. We're not even thinking about some of the other things that he has going on. He said that's just from Meta. He said he did actually say 7 to 10 million a month from Meta by itself. By itself. He gets skits. He do these 3 to 5 minute skits. That's considered long form content on Facebook. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that until like earlier this year. Everybody with me? I need y'all to write this stuff down. Don't just listen to me and then get off and be like, oh, that was such a good live. Write this stuff down because this is strategy. In order to win, you can't keep just relying on miracles all the time. That's how your nervous system give out. You got to have some surety and some permanency in the game. Yes, God can help you. Yes, God is infused in your business. Yes, the creator, the source, whatever you want to call God, law, whatever y'all want to, it's all infused in your business plan. But you still need, as a woman, you know what women love? No, let me take that back. It ain't about what we love. It's about what's necessary. Okay. What's necessary for women. I need you to write this down. I need you to write this. Go find you a piece of paper, a paper bag, piece of napkin, something. There are 2 major things that women need in order to feel good about their business or to feel like something is moving. You need stability and you need structure. And a bonus, safety. You need to feel safe, you need structure, and you need stability. Is everybody on the same page? Is this making sense? Is everybody getting this? If you don't have, can I just, some of y'all that's been following me for a minute, this is going to sound redundant, so just close your ears or go, walk outside a little bit and then come back. I'm a single mother, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? This is really for conversations for women. But this is the ain't no sugar dad up in here. Okay. I'm not married and don't want to get married. Okay. I support marriage though. I support marriage. I think marriage is beautiful. Okay. I love weddings. I do. I've been married twice, been down the aisle twice, and I'm out, altar out. Okay. But that doesn't mean I am not pro-marriage. Okay. I'm very pro-healthy relationships. I'm not saying women should be getting married to anybody that's saying they're cute. You need to have some sense. And you can go back to my previous videos, TikTok. You can go to my YouTube. I'll talk about that on my channel because we talked about that the other day. Safety, structure, and stability. You need that. I have to have that to run my business. I have a 17-year-old. So if it's just me, I could be a little bit more risk taker, right? But no, because it's just me. Do y'all understand? I'm not bragging about nothing. That's just reality, and these are facts. Women need those 3 things in order to move business along. I don't have the bandwidth to spontaneously guess my way into whatever and just see. No. I would strongly agree with you if you told me, I'm going to sit my booty down here, coach, and I'm going to schedule out my content at least for the next 7 days. At least for the next 7 days, I know what I'm doing. You know why I said it? Like, I'm going to agree with you and I'm going to high five you on that, because what you're doing is planning out so that you have some data. A lot of y'all don't even have data. You can go back and look at what you've done because you don't know what you're looking for. But see, when you're able to plan and methodically process what you're doing because you have offers, right? So if you have courses, if you have a program, if you have a membership, if you have whatever it is that you're trying to do, you can sit down. Let me take this charger because I think it's overheating. If you know what you got going on, you can plan effectively. Now, what women like to do and women love to do is be spontaneous. We love to create content on the fly. We just like to feel it. But that's not stability. That's the feminine. That's your right brain. Feeling inspired, like feeling kind of, oh, I feel like let me film. That's us. You don't live in a system like that, baby. You don't live in a system like that. You need to know what you're doing in order to properly plan for the future. And women ask me, like, how, I look at you, coach, and I see you raising up your child. I don't ask my folks for money. I don't ask, like, I don't have a part-time job. I don't do Uber Eats and all kind of, and no shade to anybody that does. I just don't do those things. Because first of all, I don't like the elements. I don't like being in my car all day and be delivering people's food. I don't like doing it. You know what I like? I created a business to surround what I want to do, which is what? Feel what? Safe, secure. And I mean, structure, those are things that I have to have. That's the masculine. Do y'all understand? That's the masculine side. I'm sorry. It is. It's the masculine. I mean, I have to employ that side. Discipline. You have to be disciplined for a season. That's a masculine concept. I know you don't like it. Me either. But in order to go where you want to go and do what you want to do and have what you want to have and choose what you want to choose and decide how you want to decide and have some standards in life, you got to have a standard. If you want to be wealthy, all you got to do is, y'all, it'd be the simplest things if you just sit down and schedule. Y'all, it can be as simple as you taking walks. Like if you go to the store or something, if you go to a nice park, take some pictures. Take pictures of the doggone, that's B-roll. That's called batch roll. B-roll. When people say B-roll, just take B-roll. Have a little folder in your phone. Get all that stuff out your phone that you ain't using, that you ain't, pictures all the way from, that's just sitting. You need to clean your phone out. Get you a little folder in your phone or space in your phone where you can just take B-roll so that when you sit down on a Sunday, Saturday, Thursday, whatever day it is that you want to do to create content that's designated for that day for a few hours, you can be listening to your music, look at your favorite shows. I'm trying to help you because I'm kind of tired of y'all saying that I don't know what to do and I don't know what to do. I'm telling you how to beat this thing and stop going backwards. You say you want to build wealth, you're not doing the wealth building things. You have to do what feels uncomfortable until you can get to it, because you know what? The bottleneck is usually content. You're the bottleneck because you're trying to stop. You need to be using all your energy right now to build relationships because you don't have any. Instead of, because you're too busy thinking about content. Everybody with me? And I got a 5-day free email course in my link in my sign up for that because it's the course is good. It got homework and everything in it. It's a free email course. You see, you got to be able to read and all this kind of stuff, take in and process information. Stop going so fast. Slow down and look at what you're doing. Get out of folks' face. You got work to do. You got to catch up. And some of y'all that's in y'all late 30s and 40s. See, everybody want to be kids, and I'm just one of my inner child, baby. We are this country. You don't have, you cannot. You don't have the bandwidth, especially in your 40s. 40s, you need to be head down. I don't need to see you If it's a barbecue, you need to have your laptop. I'm not playing with y'all. This is this is serious. Okay? This is serious. Coach, I'm not, did you hear what I said? If I can't bring my laptop to the thing, I'm not coming. My laptop go everywhere I go. Jay, you got, do y'all know how old I am? And do you see how backed up the country? First of all, inflation. Number two, it's gonna get worse because things are about to go up. And then, and this is part two, and they said this too. All these tools and AI tools that's flooding the streets right now, the social media streets. A lot of those costs are going to go up. Everybody, you get what I'm saying? So don't let content be your holdup, is what I'm trying to tell you. You can sit down in one setting at your kitchen table if you have to, with a book or with a notebook, with your laptop, and you can just hit it 10 in a row, 15 in a row, real quick. Take a break, come back, hit it. Just go ahead and just hit it. Oh, well, I don't know what to talk about. ChatGPT, do a little bit of market research. What is your niche? What is the subjects that you want to talk about that you want to be known for? Write it out, spend a little time in the morning time, and get to work and just flood. Just I need topics. I need hooks. Ask ChatGPT to give you 20 hooks. If you can do the hooks and you know what you're talking about and you know what you want to talk about and how you want to, it ain't gonna be hard. Or you can do or right, and or because we're taking radical action, right? We're not taking little bitty action because we ain't doing little bitty stuff. We don't have no little bitty goals. Thank you, Empress. We don't have little bitty things that we got on the goal list. I want everybody to understand that your goals should not be small. You should have big goals. If you got little goals, you need to go back and you need to get big goals because you got to get ahead of this thing. And if you look like me, my color, they are already anticipating you losing. You're already projected and plan to lose. So you can be a radicalist, you can be a social activist, all you want to, baby, because it is not going to serve you in the next 2 years. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: I know that you love everybody and you want everybody to come to the cookout, but if the cookout is full of poor people, then what you think? You've been poor plus poor is poor. Everybody at the cookout can be poor. And I love me. I love us. We can be where them fans at all day. I'd rather you do that when you're rich. Invite me to the cookout when the fans are, we can bring the fans all day as long as everybody net worth is at least 1 million plus. Because what are you talking about? My type of carrying on is going to a brunch that makes sense where everybody can network and it's actually going to be beneficial. Mm-hmm. Hunter said, I keep telling the Black Power Bros that the uplifting of our people is done. Nobody cares. Mm-mm. 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 But see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying is that a lot of people want you to come together, and this is the people that they don't have any skills. I talked to two men the other day, and this was in the DMs as far as like they were asking me about my content. I mean, nice, whatever. And they were like, man, I just need to just, stop tripping and get on chat. I said, you ain't got on chat? I said, oh, good luck. Because why aren't you on there? That's crazy. And if you looking at this and you talking about, girl, he didn't even know what it was. Why are you talking to him? I would got my purse right then. The conversation stopped there. Because what are you talking about? You ain't, what? What are you talking about? There ain't nothing else to talk about after that. There's nothing else to discuss. Anyway, so get your topics, right? Get your topics. Get your I'm about to address that because I was about to talk about that. So you get your topics, right? You get your hooks. Knock it out. If you got I remember to this day, I went to a retreat back in 2021, and it was this girl that got brand deals and stuff like that. And back then, I was on the kick that many people are on now, like, oh, I'm not posting that. But I was doing straight high ticket though. So when you're doing straight high ticket, there's a different level of messaging, right? So, I mean, yeah, a different level. So high ticket is based on sales first, not marketing first. I am content led. I do content first businesses, right? Because I'm not taking sales calls. I sell through the DMs. I don't do sales calls. People ask me all the time, like, do you have a consult? Can I schedule a call? No. You can book a call by grabbing a session, but everything I could create all my content to be like a class where you see what I'm talking about and binge off my content. You can know exactly what I do, and then you can go and book accordingly. And if you have questions, you can come in my DMs. I do not DM people on TikTok. So if you got a DM from me, it ain't me. Only place I DM people in two places: email and Facebook. And I make sure everybody knows that it's me, because I'm different on each thing, on each conversation I have with people. It's very different because it's me. I don't automate that part. Now, what I was saying, get your content right and and let me go back to the lady. So this girl she was at the retreat. And she, like I said, brand deals and all of that. But then she said, because we were like, how in the world are you able to get all this done? My daughter just texted me. Okay. She said that what she does is on the weekend, she does Saturdays and Sundays. And what she does is that she gets 5 or 6 outfits that is from a closet, like different shirts, different outfits. And she, does her hair or whatever that morning. And then she will have some type of format, like maybe 3 or 4 places that she go. And she said she says she does this every other weekend. She doesn't do it every weekend, but every other weekend. And she said it takes up maybe, she said like 9 to 12 or something like that. And she said, because her and her husband at that time was already going out all the time anyway. So it wasn't like they have to go out of their way. They were already going to different places. So if they saw different places, they're walking somewhere, they would catch B-roll. And then sometimes she would say something like doing a talking head thing. She would gather her sounds, her trending sounds, like music. She would get all those things, and then she would also gather what offers she was going to push. So if it's 2 to 3 offers or something like that, she would focus only on those offers in her caption. Back then, remember, wasn't no ChatGPT, so everything was. And daughter's like, well, what flavor do you want? Girl, just get what I had last time. Anyway, but you ordering food. So sorry about that, y'all. So I was taking it, I was like, okay. So I told her, says, you just batch in the weekend. She said, yeah. And she said, then we schedule. I just schedule it out, put in my schedule, and then I'm done. I don't have to think about it no more. So that goes back to what I'm saying, is that you have to be disciplined enough to sit your boot. That's it, it's discipline. You have to sit your booty down and create the time to do the work so that you can free up this energy to do other things that make sense for your business. This is why you're constantly hitting the same, because that's emotion. I don't have time. Yes, you do. What are you doing? Because you're scrolling. You know what I did that piece of content this morning? When I'm in the morning time, when sometimes I'm looking at different videos and I just get inspired, I will record some pieces of that video, which I'm seeing that it does, those kind of videos do very well, seems like. And I just add my commentary to it. I'm responsive. I'm a responsive content creator. I respond to data. Does that make sense? Even though, yes, I can come up with things on the fly, and people will say, well, what's your human design? I'll tell them I'm a generator. I respond to things. I am a responsive person. This is why, like, I was class clown in high school, and it was hard to believe that, but I'm silly. I'm a silly person anyway. But when it comes down to my, in real life, I'm silly. People used to tell me I need to do stand-up. They were like, Jay, you need to just think about it. I'm like, no, I won't do stand-up because I'm not the type I can't create stand-up material off the cuff like that. I have to respond to, I was a responder. So I would see things and then make a joke about it. That's just how it's always been. Anyway, so with that being said, I'm always researching and thinking about different things and thinking about the future, thinking about the type of people I work with, all these things, because when you add commentary to different things, you're able to expand the thought, right? It's not that you're copying people's content and say, just listen, and then that's it. What do y'all think about that? No, it's adding value to what someone else is saying and disagreeing or agreeing with a point. So some of y'all content is found right there on YouTube. Some of y'all content is right there on TikTok. Some of y'all's content that you want to talk about is right there in a magazine or right there in a blog. That's why it says Substack, medium.com, Memphis. I'm sorry, look, I'm acting like y'all in Memphis, but if it was a business journal, like local business journal, like Memphis has Memphis Business Journal, I get those every single week. I look at what's going on in the city. I look at what companies are doing well, whether the movers and the shakers in the city is that's looking at companies, see what they're doing, who is letting go and of their employees because of AI. Like, I look at what's happening in the world. That's why people follow me, because I put them on quote unquote game. I study, I read. That's why I don't have time to date nobody. I don't have time to date. I don't want to. We in the season of building digital real estate. Okay. What else they say? The game of attention. Let me go back to that real quick. Whose attention matters? If you're watching live, comment live. If you're watching the replay, comment replay. And are y'all enjoying this? Is this making sense to y'all? Does this help you? Does this open your mind up and start thinking and start like, okay, I think I got a little direction. I'm praying that this help you. The game of attention, you got to play the game. You don't come from old money. Okay. Many of you that's watching this, you don't come from old money. You don't have anybody in your family you just really put a whole lot of money behind you so you can rest. No. Even if you are married, both of y'all, you and your hubby, or your mate or your partner, whoever you with, everybody needs to be on the same sheet of music. Everybody needs to be focused. And your spouse or your partner need to be okay with taking pictures of you. They be like, I ain't finna say, yes, you is. When I was with my significant other for 5 years, because I broke up with him this year. Because I gotta go on. He was my photographer. He was like, so that's what we do. I said, if you in my world, you are a photographer, videographer, somebody. So hold the camera like this and use this filter. Hey, Latif. Hold the filter, hold the camera like this, like I said. So with that being said, the game of attention is what we're playing. So the person, I think the husband said this. Was the husband said this? I think it was him. He said it, whose attention do you need to get? Right. So in the game of AI, understanding how it's going to roll, the attention, right? Because you can't be selling all these journals and stuff and digital products and you don't have a system in order, right? So you can start a stand store all day, you can start a whatever. You need a system to bring people in. You need to get people's attention, right? So the first thing is this: personal brands. You either need to be building your personal brand. Awareness comes with that. Human attention, you need to leverage that. Social net worth is everything. You need to increase that way. You can free up your time to increase your social net worth. Yes, the numbers matter. Yes, the numbers matter. But I'm more intrigued with the conversion piece. What does your conversions look like? So all the people that are, following you, how many people are you getting to move over into the link that you have? That's kind of what I'm saying. You got to get very strategic. I'm just trying to help you. So for example, let me go to this because I know this is, I'm gonna give you some data real quick. So y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. So I want to make sure, is this right? I'm gonna have to go back and refresh that. Oh, this account. Okay, got it. So I was trying to give y'all some data real quick. I might have to go back and refresh that. When it comes down to your data, how many people are moving from followers over into your email list? Okay, so that's what we want to do. So the thing is that you have to expand your reach and the organic reach, the views. Okay, the more views and the more reach you have, the better the outcome. You need to get in front of a lot of people because we are in the interest media. We're in social media. Social media is leaving. We're going more into interest media. Okay, so interest media means that people have to be interested in what you're talking about, what you're saying, how you're entertaining, whatever. I'm not going to get on these apps and dance. That's not what I'm doing. I'm doing more education. So there's three. You have empowerment / inspiring content, and then you have educational content, and you have entertaining content. Okay, these are your dancers and the trends and all that kind of stuff. Then you have educational content. People, you're teaching people how to do something, or you're teaching people a process, or getting them ready for something, right? You're teaching them skills or what have you. And then empowerment. So I'm a mixture of those two, actually, empowering content and education. So I fit into two of those, John. You can actually fit into all three. However, with empowering, you are giving people purposeful content where they're able to, stay inspired or whatever. right? And that's more of the lifestyle, that's more of decorating, that's more of, this is what I'm, let me show you this while I'm, working on this flower arrangement, stuff like that. Now, agencies is the other side. So you got one side that's going to be focused on the personal brand piece, and then you have the other side that's going to be focused on the agency side mostly. So the agency side are individuals that are going to be going to businesses or people and attempting to sell them on a particular product. Okay. So the product can be SaaS, it can be all these different things, right? Or something it's a solution. Okay. Now, with going back to the personal brand side, the personal brand side is where a lot of y'all going to have to choose. And there's a different level, there's different, another two tiers that you need to think about. And number one of those tiers on the personal brand side is if you are going to do content monetization, where you're doing platform monetization or monetization plus your own digital product or your own digital product suite. So these are your selling of your journals, your selling of your courses, selling of, whatever. Content monetization is just monetizing content. Like TikTok is paying you in a career rewards program. Facebook is, paying for your whatever. That's their side. That's it. Like you ain't offering nothing after that. You memberships and all of that. But see, also on this side, where content monetization plus your own digital real estate, you're also infusing subscriptions, memberships, and things like that. So people are coming into your business and signing up for things, which is why you need funnels and all these other things, which, that's what we talk about. You got to have funnels. You got to have your sequences set up. You got to have your automations built out because it's content first. So people are coming in and they're going through whatever they're going through in your business, the customer journey. And then ultimately, if they want to book with you, there is, I have 1 to 3 services. That's basically what that is. I just gave y'all everything, just gave you a whole masterclass on what that looks like. Now, but what you have to do is get the views. What you have to do is get the people to come in. Like we get leads every single day. It is a non-negotiable in my business every single day. Content. So that means that whatever I talk about, the content has to be relevant to what people are coming in for. I can't be talking about just anything I want to talk about and thinking that people are going to, no, that's not how it works. Did everybody get that? You have work to do. You have work to do. There are too many tools and resources to help you do this. You got Canva. You got ChatGPT to help you with graphics. You've got VO3. You've got Google Flow and Google Image FX. The only excuses that you keep coming up with is time. The only excuse that you come up and you keep bringing this into the equation. Well, I want to rest and I feel like I need to heal first. You don't need to do any of those things, but put your butt in front of a camera, start talking and have some direction. You're making up stuff. And I don't care what you say, you're making it up. I know you're making it up. I used to make it up. It used to be my defense mechanism. I feel like I work hard so all my life. Yeah, you worked hard on the other side of the spectrum. You were on the other side. And it's because you didn't know anything else. And it's okay to I worked very hard on that side. But I worked hard going in the wrong direction because I wasn't doing them in limited. Why 1 month? Why can't you do it this week? Why y'all be pushing stuff off? Don't do that. Why are you doing that? Why you okay, let me go to the St. Valentine. Valentine, you said the anti-intellectuals. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna get off of here. they think that using chat is morally wrong and bad for the environment. I just stay out of those type of conversations. Because everything's bad for the environment. Men are tearing up the planet. They've been tearing it up since 2 BC. 1 BC. No, let me take that back. They've been tearing up the planet since the earth was the planet. Since mankind stepped on the planet, I don't know from where, and that ain't up for me to figure out. That planet has been tore up since then. Ain't nothing changed. And they're gonna keep tearing it up. Notice period. Right now, I'm planning everything. It don't take that long to plan. You see how I be checking folk? Because I've heard all of it before. You don't need to plan anything. You probably just need a couple of days. You don't need a month. I've been coaching women for a very long time. A lot of the stuff y'all just be making up. You do not need a month. And all you need, you got a phone. And there are free trials on everything. Amen, somebody. Just hold it. You ain't even got to respond. Just hold what I said. Just be like, okay, coach, dang. Just be like, you know what? You ain't even got to say nothing back. You just hold it. You just hold what I said and think about what I said. We take too long. We ain't got a month. You do not have a month. If you listening to this right now, you still listening to it, and you haven't got started yet, I will give you just 1 week. This is the only week you got to do your research, and just because it don't take long. It's just you're making it up. Because a lot of stuff you already know what to do. You're just nervous because you want it to work out. I'm telling you right now, there is no guarantee that it's going to work out. No matter what, I don't care how many times, you pivot accordingly. You need data. You don't have any. It's not 9 to 5s. It's not corporate. Corporate gives you sure things, quote unquote. But they can let you go at any time, right? You have to believe in yourself and believe in your ability and your skills, because it's not about it's not stable. No, you're not. Jesus. It has nothing to do with business. It's so stable. Entrepreneurship is so unstable. No, you're not. Entrepreneurship is about trusting oneself. And the way you do that and the way you increase your self-trust is by skills. This is why when people master sales and marketing, you can sell ice to an Eskimo. This is what you have to do. It's sales marketing. It's sales and marketing. You can create all day. You get a course and create the course. I'm telling you, I put this on everything I love. You don't hear anything else I say in this live. Gather in. Please gather around the campfire. Sales and marketing. What I just gave you during that whole, the whole Country Wayne analogy, the whole content thing and scheduling, you know what I just gave you? You know what that is? Marketing. Your captions and CTAs, your people, if they have questions, they come in your DMs. That's sales. If people want to do calls with you, you can have to where people book calls. And I think actually, if you don't have any clients or have any customers, I do think that you need to talk to some people on the phone. I do. I do think that you need to have do some Zoom calls or have a masterclass where you're teaching something for free and then you offer something at, for the course or whatever that you're doing. I do think you need to do that. But the biggest thing is sales and marketing. If you don't remember anything else, this is why businesses close. This is why businesses do not do well. This is one of the biggest reasons why when you put limits and caps on your business, this is what happens. When you close, when you say I can't do this anymore, when you say I need a social media hiatus, when you say I can't all it means is that you drop the ball on marketing and sales. You have to become your own stability. You have to become the sure one. That's why I can get online every day. I don't care what's going on with the economy. I'm going to pivot. Okay, so that means we got to get visible then. We got to up it. We got to up it. Period. See, it's nothing to me. Like, I can make these decisions real quick. Like, it ain't nothing, because you know why? I can make decisions real fast because I know me. You need data. You got to believe in yourself more than anybody else do. If somebody tell you, girl, I don't even know what you do, first of all, get them out of your life. And then number two is, okay, if nobody else believe in me, then do I believe in me? I don't need to have support. You need customers. Stop asking people to support you. You need sales and marketing. I'm not ever looking for my mother and father to support me. I'm not ever looking for my family to support me. I'm not ever looking for friends to support me. None of my friends, they don't have to like anything I have going on. You know why? Because I know how to market and I know how to sell. You know, when people get online and whine and complain and throw up online and they talk about how nobody support them, and I've been pushing content and nobody buy my product because you suck at sales and marketing. You don't know how to stick to something. You don't know how to be consistent. You don't know how to, you're not sticking to one script. When they say post the content, they ain't say posting it. Well, they said post content. You're being silly. That's not strategy. That's an emotional piece of content. You're just getting followers and getting people that are also emotional in your comment section. Nobody is talking about business in your comment section because you're not connecting business concepts to what you're not doing that. It's not marketing. You just want followers. Those followers have the attention span lower than a squirrel. I told people just now, if you want to take my now peak game, my 5-day email course is free. It is called the Content to Cash Monetization Email Course. Guess what that means? That means people who want to learn more about what I'm talking about and you're serious about your business, what are you going to do? You're going to get off the live or whatever, or after I get off the live, you're going to go to the link and you're going to click the link and blah, blah, blah. That's what you're going to do. You know why? Because this is not a game to you. I'm just saying that in general. So what am I telling you? That you are going to have to flow through this. And you have to be serious about this. You have to know yourself. You have to be sure of yourself. You have to say, I got to do this for me. I got to do this for my children. Everybody with me? We're about to get ready to we're about to get ready to dismiss class. Because I want us to be all right. I want us to be all right. And we got to go on. Everybody, we got to go on. That's point blank, period. Okay? You're not looking for friends. You're not looking for supporters. You're looking for customers. You're looking for paying customers and people who want to learn from you and students and clients. That's what you are after. I got like 3 people that just signed it. That's what I'm saying. And I redid the course. So the course is a little bit different than it was before. It's more comprehensive and it's more intentional and customized to, and not necessarily customized because customized is something else, but it's really, really intentional and methodical this time. because there are 2-3 homework assignments in their course, but it's teaching you how to get your content and then also assess your own content, because that's part of the researcher experience. You need to become a researcher too. If you're going to be a thought leader, because a lot of y'all are thought leaders, or you want to be a thought leader, you need to learn how to lead. And it first starts with yourself. You have to be a person that leads yourself first. You cannot outsource that. You need to learn how to lead yourself, and then you can lead others. Because you can't talk to your family about doing this, and you just as toe up as they are. Stop going to people saying how everybody needs to get themselves together, and you don't have yourself together. They're looking at your life and laughing at you because you don't have yourself together. How about you get yourself together so that you can go back and when you feel more empowered, because they may listen to you if they ain't jealous of you. So get yourself together. Get yourself together. Calm yourself down and set a schedule. Winning tomorrow starts the night before. So tonight, you need to already know what you're doing tomorrow. This is why your life is off, because you didn't get no discipline. You got to get your weight together. You got to eat like you got some sense. You need to hydrate yourself. You need to get you need to get these people all off your feed that ain't meaning you no good. You uninspired people that just be talking and want to sit and jaw jack for 3, 4, 5 hours about nothing and ain't got nothing going on with their life. Girl, I'm busy all this month. For the rest of the year, I'm busy. I got to catch up. I've been asleep all these years. I'm awake and it's time to go. And now either you going with me or you gonna stay out the door, because I'm going on. And you gotta just let people know that, and it's fine. And it's just on period. Okay. Okay, I gotta go because I got work to do and I got these sessions this evening. So period. Uh TikTok, you got work to do. Go get your work done. Go make some money. Bye. And we going on. YouTube. YouTube.